Alrighty, everybody, what's going on, guys? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. I hope everyone is doing good, having a great night or great morning. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So we are going to do a little bit of night coverage here tonight because we do have ourselves a tornado threat here tonight, as well as the potential for damaging winds and large hail. So we definitely want to be live here for you guys tonight just to do a little bit of coverage overnight because of, obviously severe weather at any time is not good, but, severe weather potential at nighttime is a bit of a concern as well. But what's up, everybody? Let's see what we got here. We have Jonathan saying, thanks for all your hard work. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you. That's much, much appreciated. Let's see. We have Mike here. We have Zach. We have Kim, Ponderosa, SPC. Let's see here. We have... let's see. I have no idea how to say your name, but I'm so sorry. I'm not good with names. Let's see here. Is it Lilo? Zena? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with names, dude. We got SPC. We have Kim. We have Dixie. Let's see. Ponderosa. So what happened to my mic? Does my mic sound different? Oh. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. But, anyways. What's up, Sonia? Hope you're doing good as well. Brenda. But anyways, my friends, we are keeping an eye out there on the weather here across the Dakotas. We do have ourselves a level 2 threat here for tonight. They actually extended the risk here. It's actually quite a large level 2 threat here now, including a little bit of central and eastern portions. Is there something wrong with my mic? Does it sound different? Hold on, I'm going to have to pull it up on my stream here. I don't know why you can't hear me. It shows my audio working. Hold on. I'm going to have to check it on my end here, see if it's doing okay. No, it looks good on me. It's probably your end, because I just pulled it up on mine, and it's working pretty good. Anyways... let's see. What's up, Darian? Hope you're doing good. It also could be a YouTube issue, because I know YouTube's done stupid stuff like that before. But yeah, so we do have ourselves a 2% tornado risk here overall, in which we do have, out there, a risk out here for western Nebraska, cutting through central South Dakota here. Oh, it's broken up here. Let me try something real quickly. Alright, what about now? Hopefully it'll be good. Heard like 5 words total. Really? Man, I don't know what the heck's going on with it. Oh. Anyways, hopefully I fixed it now. Y'all let me know if it's still being dumb, okay? But anyways, we do have a 2% risk out here for western Nebraska, here in central South Dakota, out here in southeastern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. So we're going to definitely keep it out there for the tornado threat. They actually did extend it a little bit here to the south overall. So anyways, it is good now. Good. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with it. Everett says I could hear you just fine. Yeah, it looks like it was doing fine on my end too. Whenever I pulled it up, on my phone and it sounded fine. I don't know. But anyways, so hopefully it's fixed now. What's up, hail here overall? So we do have ourselves a let's see here. We do have ourselves a pretty big severe thunderstorm warning out here. See, it keeps on cutting. What's going on tonight, man? Anyways, y'all let me know if it keeps on acting up here tonight, all right? But yeah, so we do have a pretty big severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, as well as 0.75-inch hail here up across northeastern areas here of Montana. We do have ourselves, an area here in south central North Dakota where we have quite a few storms popping off. Let's see. Oh, you rebooted the stream and it's working better now? Good. Yeah. If y'all could just reboot it, it'll probably work. Because I know YouTube's been dumb like that in the past where everything looks good on my end. It's just YouTube compression or something. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyways, here. Working good for you? Good. All right. Good, y'all. I appreciate it. But yeah, so we do have ourselves a handful of severe warnings here. Actually, these are pretty strong. Out there by North Dakota, we have Sterling area in Dawson. This is actually warned for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, as well as 1.5-inch hail, which that is pretty big hail. That's ping pong ball potential out here. We also do have another warning on the right-hand side here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.75-inch hail, which that is for golf ball size hail here overall. This includes Cleveland and Eldridge area, in which, once again, we need to keep it out there for these regions. And, if you're in the area, make sure that you are away from windows and indoors because, you definitely don't want to deal with the hail of that size. It can easily shatter windows and stuff like that. What's up, Cheryl? Hope you're doing good. Welcome. Let's see here. SPC says I was trying go to sleep in this crazy heat. Yeah, that is for sure. We do have a lot of nasty heat going on out here. Let's actually turn it on real quickly. I turned it off earlier because of how much space it was taking up here. Here you go. Y'all look at this. We'll to extreme heat watch, extreme heat warning. Dude, like a lot of the country is just covered in all of these heat advisories, and it's in effect here. It's crazy. We also do have a lot of extreme heat warnings up across North and South Carolina here, a little bit of coastal Georgia as well, and another area here up by Nebraska, South Dakota, a little bit of Iowa, Minnesota here. Yeah, we are watching the potential for some Dorito activity. Potential Doritos here. We're going to keep an eye on the weather the next couple of days because it was looking like going into Monday here. It looks like we do have a potential for some nasty weather, which we're gonna keep a close eye out there for. We'll see what happens with it. Let's see here. Jason, my man, coming in with a $5 super chat, dude. Thank you so much, man. That is greatly appreciated. Yeah, let's turn off those advisories and stuff. Thank you, dude. Saying, let's see, anything for Hastings, Nebraska. Thanks, brother. Great channel. I appreciate that, Jason. Thank you, dude, for the support. That means a lot to me. Helps me out a ton. So I just want to say thank you. Anyways, so you, my friend, let's see here. You are not in the risk here tonight. We do have a potential for a couple booms of thunder. They did extend that slight risk here down a bit to the south. You can actually see we have a pretty large slight risk here tonight overall. But yeah, you're actually pretty good out here tonight. Now tomorrow, same thing, potential for a few booms of thunder. Going our way into day 3 here too. We're gonna look pretty good. So day 3 would be now on. Well, I think this is still backed up from the day before. So this would be on Monday here overall. So I think we're going to be pretty good for the next couple of days. But a little bit up further north here, we do have a bit of severe weather for the next couple of days here that we're going to need to look out. But honestly, Jason, you're looking pretty good, dude. It doesn't look like we have anything really going on out there. So, what's up, Frankie? Welcome, man. Good to see ya. Watching from Live Oak, Florida. Streaming here from Lakeland, Florida. Hope you're doing good, man. It's good to see ya. Let's see. Mike says it's been so dang humid in Missouri and very rainy. Yeah, it's been pretty rough out there. It's been like that across a lot of the country. With those dew points here up in the 70s, it's quite aggressive here. Look at this. This is just miserable, dude. These are our dew point temperatures, and these are all in the 70s. It's just it's just so brutal. Whenever you have your dew points here in the the 60s, things start getting a little bit humid. Then you work your way into 70s, and that's where it just becomes downright miserable. And then sometimes you can have it getting up in the 80s, which is just crazy overall. Oh, let's see here. Cheryl says, let's see, cut the grass early morning at night. Yeah, I'd recommend doing it as early or as late as possible because midday, that sun can be quite brutal. And, y'all, please be sure that y'all are taking frequent breaks, too. If you're outside and doing work and stuff, I mean, I get it. Please make sure you're staying hydrated as well as, you're staying, you're taking frequent breaks, No job is worth your life in which you gotta take breaks when you need them, okay? So just please know that. And if somebody's working you too hard, just tell them, hey, I need a break, man. I know they probably won't like that too much, but seriously, like I said, any job's not worth your life. You gotta, your body will tell you whenever you need to cool down, Let's see here. Corn must grow. I'm sure it's growing pretty good. I know the grass is growing like crazy down here right now. Yep. Let's see here. He thinks, yeah, I wouldn't. I don't blame you there, man. I don't blame you. Anyways, y'all, we got a few storms going on right now. Got a group of severe thunderstorm warnings. These are actually pretty strong here. We got a storm out east of Bismarck, North Dakota. This is out here by Stelly and Dawson areas here, also including Sterling. We have 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts on this one, and also quarter-size hail. We were actually talking about this earlier in my stream here. Just imagine how hard that's going to be hitting. Quarter-size hail and 70-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, that's pretty rough. We were talking about this earlier. It's like, if you've been on the beach during 30, 40-mile-an-hour winds and you get sandblasted by the sand, you know how much that doesn't feel good, right? Yeah, imagine like quarter-size hail going at 70 miles an hour. That's going to hurt pretty good. So please just be indoors. If you're in a warning like this, I'd highly recommend you go as far away from windows as you can, and go into the central interior part of your home. Just want you guys to be careful on that. But yeah, 70-mile-an-hour winds here, quarter hail on the one out here east of Bismarck. The one to the right of that here up by Cleveland, North Dakota, Eldridge, as well as Crystal Springs. This one is also for 60 mile per hour. Well, this one's for 60, which is 10 shorter. But the hail is actually up to 1.75 on this one storm here. So that is that. So the hail is a lot more strong on the right-hand side of the storm. The winds are a lot stronger on the left-hand side here. We're going to take a peek at velocity here. Going to look at that. Yeah, we are pretty close to the radar, so thankfully we're getting some pretty good scans going on here. Wow. Look at that. Look back whenever the warning was issued here. Here, let me pause that there. Look at that, dude. Holy cow. There's definitely some strong winds on that. Here, let me... Can I not turn on the thingy-ma-flopper? Oh, do they not allow it? Oh, that's weird. Why was it... Okay. Must be a bug or something. This program. I'm trying to get the little readout thing here. Yeah, look at that. So, remember, this is only 600 feet up. This is a 0.6 thousand feet. Yeah, this is only 600 feet up here, and radar was scanning the movements of those raindrops here, moving at like 60, 70 miles an hour. There ain't no wonder why they put 70 on that thing. Sheesh. Hopefully that's kind kind of dwindled down a little bit, which it looks like it has. It looks like it's not as potent, but still, it's still warned out there for that. Definitely quite a strong storm, though. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We also have another cell up here in western South Dakota. Got a severe warning on this guy. It doesn't look like there's much. Let's see here. Is this rural areas, including Hereford, which is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail. The Ponderosa. Yeah, I don't know what you call it. Let's see. SBC says it would be a great right now, 40s and 50s. Yeah, that would be pretty nice. I'm happy to tell you there is some relief coming, temperature-wise, for some of us, anyways. Here, let me show you all this real quickly. We're gonna bring y'all back to models, but yeah, no, there is a bit of relief on the way, thankfully. So hopping over to the GFS, we got a new run coming through, so we're gonna backtrack to 18 Zulu. We're gonna pull up our thermos and we'll look at our 2-meter temperature here. So as you can see here, so this is the 27th, which is today. Yeah, which we're already past that. Going into 28th here, you can still see there's a lot of heat. 29th, by the way, this is your actual temperature. This is not your feel like, by the way. But you can see that, yeah, 29th, we got a lot of really hot conditions across the plains, southeast here. Going into the 30th, you can see that that's still pretty hot across the south. But early next month, late this month here, you can actually see GFS has actually been talking about this for a little bit. Early next month, we could have a little bit of a break in those really hot temperatures, possibly in the 70s, maybe 80s, across the plains, Midwest, Ohio Valley, Northeast. So that'd be pretty good. The only thing is like I said, it's for some of us, because the South still definitely looks to be quite hot still, unfortunately. So there is definitely changes coming in, for at least, the upper part of the country, but like I mentioned, we definitely do have still some hot conditions down south. For my folks up north, it'll be a little bit better for y'all, but down south, it's probably going to remain a little bit longer, unfortunately. Oh, let's see. Cheryl says, I always used to think the Dakotas is very cold, not stormy. Well, don't get me wrong. The Dakotas can be very cold during wintertime, especially if you get some polar vortexes and stuff that roll through. Yeah, I mean, you get temps well in the negative 30s, negative 40s sometimes or greater. It's pretty crazy. But, just like a lot of the other part of the country, as the summer comes around, everything heats up. The Dakotas can also get very hot. Absolutely. Yeah, Dakotas have quite the shift in weather, that's for sure. You can get some super, super cold, some super, super hot even. Yeah, it'll surprise you. Let's see here. Scott says, good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Scott. Saying thanks for keeping everyone updated on the early hours. No problem, you guys. Like I said, I'm glad to be here at night. Glad to help out. Just want to make sure you guys are, staying weather aware and staying prepared. That's what matters, man, I tell you. Especially overnight because, it's a little hard to see stuff going on at nighttime, and it could be a little bit kind of scary. But we're here for you. We're here for you. Let's see. Mike says, won't the temperature swing cause severe weather, though? It can. It can. If it's associated with a frontal system, it could be a source of lift. But not all the time. Not all the time. We'll just have to see because, right now we're kind of in a pretty active pattern here for storm activity. We've been seeing quite a bit of storms over the last little bit. Absolutely. We'll just have to see what happens, man. I tell you. Anyways, let's take a minute to hop over to not Missouri, Montana here. We got ourselves another warning up north. This is right on the Canada-U.S. border here. This is warned for just quarter hail. Yeah, winds 50 or less. Winds up to 50-mile-per-hour winds. So nothing severe wind-wise. But yeah, quarter hail. That's warranting that severe thunderstorm warning here. Hopping back down to South Dakota, we got some special weather statement. Keen thunderstorms and heat bursts are producing very strong localized winds, speeds ranging between 55 to 100. Yes, I can read. 55 to 70 miles an hour. Areas that experience these winds may not be seeing precipitation or lightning. So that's got to be from some of these outflow boundaries and stuff. Sheesh. Let's see here. I got another warning up in western South Dakota here. This guy, 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter hail out there by Hereford. That's where that one's at. But yeah, guys, if y'all have any questions, hey, don't feel free, or sorry, let me rephrase that. If y'all have questions, feel free to let me know. And I'll be here to help you guys out, let y'all know what's going on. And I'll make sure to keep you guys weather aware. If y'all want me to take a look at a zip code or anything like that either, I'll be more than happy to, okay? Like I said, we're here for you guys. I want to make sure y'all are staying safe tonight. At all times, but especially at night, given that it's a little bit more dangerous at nighttime. What's up, JP? Saying, hey, y'all. What's up, my friend? Good to see you here, man. Yeah, things out here by the Ohio Valley has calmed down quite a bit. We still do got a little bit of storm activity popping through out here by the, by Ohio and whatnot. We did have a little bit of severe thunderstorm activity earlier, but a lot of that is subsided. We don't really have much, or we don't have any severity out there anymore. Still do got a bit of a flooding threat, though. You can see we have quite a few flood warnings in effect for areas of Missouri, a little bit of Iowa. Couple here and there throughout like Indiana, Pennsylvania. Got some flood warnings up here in near the Columbus area, actually south of Columbus, up by Groveport, Lancaster area. Got a flood warning in effect for 8 more hours. Between 2 and 5 inches of rain has fallen. Heaviest rainfall amounts near Obetz, I think it is, Groveport. Flood advisory for Greenville, Ohio. Anyways, but yeah, a lot of the severe activity has dropped, thankfully. So that's certainly good. All right, we're gonna hop back up to North Dakota. Once again, we got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here and quarter-sized hail. Looks like it's really coming down out there by areas like Sterling, out there by Driscoll, out here by Stelly, Dawson, Tappan. Let's see here. Crystal Springs. Yeah, this one's actually warned for 60 on the... Oh, no, they upgraded it. Look at that. Okay, that's 70 now. Crystal Springs, let's see here. Medina, Cleveland, Windsor, Eldridge. So, if any of these places ring a bell, y'all please, please let your friends and family know about it, Because, like I mentioned, we got 70-mile-an-hour winds on this guy. They did lower the hail threat, thankfully, but we're still down to quarter size, which is still classified as severe. So, we'll definitely look out there for that. But yeah, as of now, we're still at 70-mile-per-hour winds here. Let's take a peek back at velocity here. We'll see what we got going on. Yeah, this is scanning 2,000 feet or so up here. Yeah, earlier for sure on those earlier scans, dude. Like we were looking at a minute ago. Holy cow! They definitely had some pretty strong winds out here. Likely quite the downburst there. Yeah, hopefully that'll weaken here pretty soon. Yo, what's up, Prox? Good to see you here, my friend. Saying hi, Andrew. Or did I say? I said hi, Andrew, and everyone at the same time. I said hi, Andrew. One. Oh, jeez. This is what you get with nighttime coverage, by the way. You get a very mentally challenged Andrew. Anyways, what's up, Prox? Saying hi, everyone. Anything going on in Northeast Ohio? Good to see you, Prox. Well, let's look. Let's see what we got going on here, my friend. So, yeah, we just looked a few minutes ago. We don't have any severe thunderstorm activity going on right now. We do got a bunch of showers, a bunch of, all kinds of storms and stuff, but not anything severe right now, which is certainly pretty good. We do have a level 1 risk, though, across Ohio. But, we did see a little bit of severe weather out, in these regions here earlier. We don't really have anything going on right now. I think we're pretty good. Tomorrow, just some more thunderstorms possibly for you out there. Then day 3, we have ourselves, let's see here. So day 3 would be... actually, this is day 3 for being for Monday, so this is tomorrow. Yeah, they just haven't updated it yet. But yeah, next few days you're looking pretty okay. Nothing really too crazy going on here. Now, rainfall-wise, let's see here. We do get a level 1 threat out by you today. At least a 5% chance for flooding potential. Let's see here. Excessive rainfall, we are out of the risk here tomorrow. And then day 3, we are also out of the risk here. So, yeah, just a little bit of rain, a little bit of thunderstorms tonight. Probably won't be too much for you, Prox, honestly. It's probably going to be relatively low end. Yeah, all of our eyes right now are kind of up here in the northern plains, severe weather-wise. It's kind of what we're tracking here tonight. So, but anyways, what's up, Edward? Hopefully you're doing good, man. Let's see here, saying tornadic activity. It's quiet in Oklahoma tonight. Yeah. Oklahoma's not really expecting to get much here. Looking at radar now up in Oklahoma, it looks, pretty clear for the most part. Not a whole lot going on out here. We're looking pretty good. Check up in Nebraska. Looks like we have we got a couple storms out here. Let's see. Cheryl says it's quiet in Dallas-Fort Worth as well as Edward. I'm not looking forward to the winter or next spring. Yeah, just give me fall or year-round. I'm dreaming. Yeah, I can understand that for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not ready for winter either, honestly. You know, I don't like how hot it's been. I really, really wish it would be, a lot cooler than it is now. But I agree with you. Yes, fall is perfect. You know, not too hot, not too cold either. But yeah, anyways. But for the people joining us, we got a handful of severe warnings up here in South North Dakota here out there by Stelly, including areas out here by Driscoll. Including areas out here by Sterling as well, McKenzie, Dawson, Tappan is what it is, Crystal Springs, Medina, Cleveland, Windsor, and Eldridge here. This is for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So once again, they did downgrade the hail. It was actually a golf ball hail there for a little bit, so. Thankfully, that's dropped quite a bit. There's definitely a lot of lightning activity on this cell. I mean, look at this. Look at all these little flashes here. I mean, it's pretty crazy. We have a lot of electric activity in this storm here. You can kind of see an outflow boundary on this storm too. You see that big old noodle up there, the northern noodle. Got that northern noodle here going up. So I'm sure that's going to be pretty windy once that hits. But yeah, we still do got 70-mile-an-hour winds on that one here. Also, once again, quarter hail. So, still wouldn't be very good. You know, you get hit by quarter hail, it doesn't feel the best. Let's see here. Ethan says, looks like derecho set up Monday and Tuesday for the Midwest and the Great Lakes. Yeah, we're keeping an eye out there for that. That's for sure. We were actually just talking about that a little bit ago. In our potential. Our setup here going on. It looks like here I'll show you all what we're talking about here. Let me bring up here. So this is basically the 28th and the 29th here. Let's hop you guys up north real quickly to the models. Here we go. So here's the models. We work our way far in time. Now this is the NAM, so this is not really surprising from the NAM, but yeah, you can kind of see this this really big cluster of storms here. You know, you can see that low that's behind that MCS here, which could be Dorito activity. Oh wow, look at that classic signature, man. See that little curvature on here, man. Yeah, we got to keep it out there for that. That's for sure. It looks like a lot of that really kicks off tomorrow. Sorry, today or no, tomorrow. Yeah, since it's midnight, it's the 27th. This is for the 28th. But it looks like it kicks up fairly late. It could go into the overnight hours, which we're probably going to have to do some more coverage, it being nighttime and all. But, yeah, that looks pretty long track, too. I mean, going all the way from pretty much eastern Montana, cutting through the Dakotas, in towards Minnesota, Iowa. Yeah, we're definitely going to keep a close eye on that system. It's going to need to be monitored. Let's see here. Proxy says, thanks so much, Andrew. Just wanted to stop by the best weather reporting channel for a moment before I head to bed. Well, I'm glad you did, Prox. It's good to see you, my friend. I really appreciate you joining. But yeah, so we'll just keep it out there for Monday, Tuesday for sure. See, look at how long lived that is. Yeah. Yeah, it's looks to be over a little over 12 hours. That's gonna be quite fun to track. But yeah, no, we'll certainly do nighttime coverage for that. You know, if that really materializes, which it looks quite possible. So we'll be here to keep you guys weather aware. You know what? I'm actually really curious to see what the wind gusts are on that thing here. Hold on a minute, y'all. We're gonna bring up the models again. We're gonna bring up a different website. Let's go to here. In fact, they already have a slight for you. Yeah, tomorrow or today, we have a slight as well, up towards like Minnesota and Wisconsin, I believe. I think it goes into Wisconsin, right? Yeah, Wisconsin, even upper state Michigan too. But let me bring you guys over here real quickly. I do want to bring this up real fast here. Let's see here. Let's see. Scott says, "Hey Andrew, I'm an idiot. See, I sent you a contribution. You should have done it via Super Chat. I sent it via PayPal account. You did, really? Let me look. I don't think I got it, but thank you, dude. Let me check my email. See if I got it. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I'll look more later. I don't see it here though, unfortunately. But I really appreciate it. I'll look later, okay? But thank you, dude. Let's see. But yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys over here real quickly. I want to show you all this real quick. We're gonna hop you all over to. We're gonna look at the same model. We're gonna look at the one and only NAM 3K, the one that we know and love here. Let's see. Gonna add layer. Let's add the surface. Let's do. Should we do wind gusts? Yeah, let's do wind gusts. Let's see what we're looking like here from the NAM. Really curious to see this. Give it a second to load. Ooh, wow. Holy moly. How fast is that? 60. Sheesh. When was this? Hold on a minute. This is the new 0 UTC run here. Let's try the 18 UTC. I'm curious to see at least what that one run showed us. Maybe. Maybe. Ah, there we go. Here we go. Yeah, that one run here shows. Holy cow! Sheesh. That is crazy, dude. Wow. Yeah, the NAM. So the NAM we just looked at on the Tropical Tidbits here, same model, just different website here. Dude, this is showing like some real strong gusts. Full Dorito mode. Let me try the 0 UTC HRRR here. What app is that? It's called Aguacero. You guys can get 20% off your first month with our code in the top right of the screen. You guys can see aguacerowx.com, and you guys can get 20% off your first month with code NWW20. See, day one enhanced wouldn't shock me. Yeah, really me either. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. Let's see here. Gonna load the old truck. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is the newest Zero UTC HRRR here. It's not as potent as the NAM 3K was kind of suggesting here. It's also kind of developing further up north, which is interesting. Pushing downwards more. Yeah, there's still a little bit of uncertainty, though. We're going to have to just monitor it. Got a new warning in Nebraska, y'alls. South of Mullen. This is for, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.5-inch hail. This is ping pong ball size hail. So we're going to have to keep an eye out there for this storm here. This includes, let's see. Carr Lake? Yeah, Carr Lake, Highway 97 crossing Dismal River and Shimmons Lake. This includes Highway 97 between mile markers 46 and 65. Ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Once again, this is up here in kind of the west central side of Nebraska. Let's see. Ethan says, also I'm going to be up in northwest Pennsylvania this week. Any MCS threats to look out for? I don't know. I really haven't looked too much in that region here. I don't think we have anything big time going on. The only thing I know that we had going on here is just a bunch of scattered storm activity, which that does kind of linger in later today. Let me bring up the HRRR. Let's go back to 0 UTC here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but yeah, it's later today. You can see here the time in the top right here. This is it's going to be throughout the afternoon, evening today. Just more storm activity. I don't think it's going to be anything severe, though. Actually, you know what? No, there's a little marginal down in central, southern Pennsylvania that we'll keep an eye out there for. Yeah, I don't think we have any full-blown MCS threats, though, so that's good. Just kind of the multi-cellular mode, you know. All right, we got a new warning here. Up here in North Dakota, they did end up lowering their winds here from 70 now down to 60. So the new warning includes areas here. Once again, this is North Dakota. This includes Fried. This includes Kensaw, Pengree, Edmonds, let's see, Woodworth, Pettibone, Lake Williams, Robinson, Tuttle, and Wing. So we got 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter hail. What about Tuesday? Which day? Is Tuesday the 29th? Yeah. Okay, so 29th. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It looks like Tuesday is going to be fairly quiet. At least what NAM suggests. We'll let you know. Just stay tuned throughout the channel. If we see anything that pops up, we'll let you know. But it doesn't look like it right now. Doesn't appear to be anything big or anything like that. So that be good. Alrighty. But yeah, so the Ohio Valley right now is pretty clear. Like I said, we just have a little bit of flooding going on in some of these areas here. We still do have a flood watch for central Illinois here. Got a little bit of storm activity out here by like the St. Louis area here, north of St. Louis. Quite a bit of lightning, non-severity though. Let's see, you're up in Ohio. Yeah, things have definitely calmed down quite a bit. We still have a little bit of scattered storms, but nothing severe, just a few showers too. Let's see, it's calmed down quite a bit out there by Pennsylvania as well, but Maryland's got a little bit of activity, thunderstorm-wise. But yeah, so all sub-severe currently. Right now, the only severe storms we got is here in western Nebraska with that one severe, and we have the main bulk up here for North Dakota. Once again, this is out there by Stelly, Cleveland, Medina, Tappan, Crystal Springs, and then a new warning extends it into Tuttle, Robinson, Lake William, Pettibone, Woodworth, Edmonds, Pingree, Fried, Courtenay, I think it is, and Kinsall area here, which that one's now for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here in Quarter Hail. So we'll keep an eye out there for that. But guys, if y'all have any questions, let me know. If y'all want me to take a look at zip codes or anything like that, hey, do not hesitate to ask. I'll be more than happy to help. I do want to take a look at the meso analysis, though. We'll go look at that real quickly. Let's bring you all over here to the meso analysis. So there's that main little brick of storms that we have here for North Dakota. So the environment here, like, wow, look at the veering wind shear on that. Sheesh. Yeah, surface winds are kind of going northwest, changing direction pretty aggressively as we go up in altitude. Looks like we do have a pretty good amount of instability here. A little bit of curvy photographs here. Almost 4,000 joules per kilogram of instability. That's a lot of fuel. But behind the system here, we do have lower level winds of about 25 knots or so. Yeah, kinematics don't seem to be super strong. Mid-level flow is about 25-30 knots to the east here. So it could be a whole lot worse. Helicity, yeah, over the storm seems less than 200. Oops, did not mean to click on that. Let's see, point tables. Let's do effective inflow SRH 141. Yeah, definitely is quite mild on the wind shear, which is good. Here, let me bring you guys back over here. But like I said, with that being said, though, we still should be obviously monitoring this storms here, because like we mentioned, we still do have that slight risk here today. They did extend that. We do have quite the large 2% risk here now. Up across areas like northwestern Minnesota. Let's see here. Northwest Minnesota, southeastern North Dakota, cutting through central South Dakota, and western Nebraska here. Let's see here. So then we work over here to our wind threat, and we do have. Like I said, they did actually add a pretty big 15% risk here. And of course our hail threat, we also, they actually did add a hatch risk here for hail. So we got a hatch risk for hail. So yeah, we are seeing now potential for hail 2 inches in diameter or greater, given that hail threat. So we'll definitely keep you guys updated tonight. Like I said, tomorrow that slight risk does extend into portions of Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and a little bit of the upper state here of Michigan, which we do have a 2% chance for tornadoes here later tomorrow, or later today, I should say. But yeah, pretty big risk actually for tomorrow or later today. Just depends on where you're at. But, 2% risk up throughout a lot of Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and a little bit of the upper state of Michigan here. Also a little bit of eastern South Dakota here. So pretty big 2% here for later today. 15% non-significant wind risk here, potential gusts between 60, 70 miles an hour. And a 5% threat for hail between 1 and 2 inches in diameter here overall. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here for later today or tomorrow. It's here for the 27th. See, wow. Yeah, it's pretty active. It is definitely getting pretty active here. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, Darlene, thank you so much for the 5, my friend. coming in with a $5 Cash App donation. Thank you so much, Darlene. I really appreciate that. Big shout out goes to you. Darlene, thank you. Y'all, please in chat, give Darlene a big thanks for the support. Thanks for the 5. I appreciate it, my friend. See, Darlene left a note saying, for a slushie from Sonic on a hot day. That sounds really good. And you know what? I might actually take it up on that. Darlene, seriously, thank you once again for the support. That's greatly appreciated, my friend. You rock. Thank you, thank you. Very, very sweet of you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. You guys really do help keep us afloat, and I owe everything to you. I really appreciate it. Couldn't do it without y'all. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we got a warning here in western Nebraska, y'alls. This is out here south of Mullen. This is for 1.5-inch hail or ping pong ball hail. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here too. Radar indicated threat. Yeah, like I said, this is mostly rural areas, it looks like. Just for Carr Lake, let's see, Highway 97 crossing Dismal River and Shimmons Lake. And this includes Highway 98 between mile markers 46 and 65. So, anyways, so there's that. Then, of course, up north, we have these other warnings up here by Stelly and Tappan. Crystal Springs. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they thankfully brought that down from from 70 to 60. So we've definitely calmed down a little bit. Still very lightning intensive, though. There's a lot of electric energy on that storm. Let's see here. Darlene says it's much, but you're welcome. I really appreciate it. I thank you seriously so much for that. You really didn't have to do that, my friend. It helps me out more than you know, and I really, really appreciate it. You know, anytime any of you all donates or anything like that, I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Like I mentioned, you know, you guys really do help keep us afloat here, and you know, this is what I do for a living, and I try to, you know, do the best I can in helping you guys out and keeping you guys weather aware, and you know, people like you really do help keep us going. So I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. If there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay. But seriously, thank you so much for that. So yeah, this is only the only warnings we got as of now. Like I mentioned, you know, it's pretty slow currently, but you know, the problem is, like we mentioned, is that, you know, we do have a threat for tornadoes with, you know, damaging winds and hail tonight. So, you know, that's kind of why we're really here, is just, you know, keeping you guys up to date with everything. South Dakota, we got a handful of special weather statements popping through too. So we're going to keep an eye out there for that. Let's see. Enlightened, thank you so much for becoming a tropical storm member. I appreciate that. Thank you, Enlightened. That's really, really nice of you, my friend. Big thank you. Thank you so much, Enlightened. If y'all in chat, please if you could give Enlightened a big thank you as well for the support. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. But yeah, we do have some special weather statements popping through out here by Faith. Let's see, this is just saying potential. Look at that, winds 30 or less, so wind's not really much of a problem with that, but it could be a little gusty, but still hail up to penny size. So then we got this big old special weather statement here. This is not for those storms, but it's decaying thunderstorms and heat bursts producing very strong localized winds ranging between 55 to 70. That does expire here in 24 minutes, though. So then we got another special weather statement for northeast South Dakota, in which this does include Aberdeen, Bath, and Warner. Winds upwards of 50 miles an hour and hail up to nickel size, or 0.88 inches in diameter. So there's that. Let's see. Yep, so we're still watching the severe thunderstorm warning area here. Once again, this includes, first of all, this is in North Dakota, y'all. This is down here in the kind of south central, almost southeastern side of the state, which, you know, the areas that's in the warning include Stelly, Dawson, Tappan, let's see here, Medina, Cleveland, let's see here, Windsor, Eldridge, Fried, Buchanan, Pingree, Pingree, Edmonds, let's see, Woodworth, Pettibone, Lake Williams, Robinson, Tuttle, Kinsale, Courtenay, I think it is, and Edmonds. I'm going to start doing that to my girlfriend. My girlfriend's name's Courtney. I'm going to call her Courtenay. She's gonna hate me for that. Let's see. Also, we have wing here too. So quarter hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. A lot better than that damaging 70-mile-an-hour winds and golf ball hail we had earlier. I'm sure anything's better than that. Let's see. Enlightened said, "You are very welcome. My pleasure, as I appreciate your coverage to keep us informed and safe." Thank you. And once again, Enlightened, that's very sweet of you, my friend. You are awesome. What's up, Moderate? Saying, hey, chat. What's up, my friend? Good to see you, man. We have quite a few special weather statements here. Let's take a look in Idaho. We do have one up here for 40-mile-per-hour. Knock down tree limbs, blow around unsecured object. Yeah, 40 mile an hour is still pretty windy. But, for it to be classified as damaging winds, this is a little bit of a fun fact for you guys. It actually has to be 58 miles an hour or greater, which is funny because the viewer count's 58 right now. 58 mile an hour winds or greater for it to be classified as damaging winds. And once you hit hail of 1 inch in diameter or greater, that's when it's severe. So 1 inch hail is where it starts to be severe. The more you know. Just a little bit of a fun fact while we're watching Mother Nature. Oh, look at that. I just noticed they actually added a severe thunderstorm watch for the rest of northern North Dakota. That's new. This will expire at 7 a.m. Central. We are not going to be up that long. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be up that long, but we'll just keep going for a while. Here, let me we're going to hop you guys over to models here. Ponderosa says, have I had many thunderstorms in Florida recently? Today, not really. No, it was actually kind of quiet today. We didn't have any thunderstorms. Day before, we had a few booms of thunder and like maybe a tenth of an inch of rain. But really not in the last week, no. Haven't really seen a whole lot. Here, let me bring you guys over here. All right, so we're going to look at the models here. Let's bring up our future radar. So current time is almost 5 UTC, which would be almost midnight Central Time. So this is the newest available HRRR model. We have a new run that's coming through, but it's not nearly done rendering yet. It just started. But the latest HRRR does have... Oh. Is that a smiley face? Y'all, look at this. There's an eyeball there. Eyeball there. Oh, wow, that's very bad. Am I the only one that sees that little smiley face? I'm sorry. I totally just got distracted there. Anyways, so we work our way down in time here. And it looks like as we go into the overnight hours here for early tomorrow morning, we are going to see overnight storms just continually rolling through here. The ones up here in Montana will work their way eastward, eventually into North Dakota. The ones that are in South Dakota will eventually work their way up here into North Dakota. So it's like North Dakota is just kind of getting double slammed here by a bunch of these storms, which, still definitely could be quite severe by then, overnight. Looking at the instability here, we have a pretty solid amount of instability, fuel for these storms here. Absolutely. Overnight, that does not seem to be much of an issue here. Let's see here. Our dew points, at least in eastern Dakotas, North and South Dakota on the eastern side, we have dew points here in the 70s. Kind of varies other places. Yeah, western North Dakota, we're kind of in the 60s, 70s. But yeah, our most richest dew points are in the eastern side of North and South Dakota. Oh, buddy. Something big just happened. Look at that big severe thunderstorm warning we just got. Holy cow. That is a big severe thunderstorm warning. That is, okay, for reference, that is bigger than Rhode Island. That is bigger than Delaware. That is almost as big, if not nearly the same size as New Jersey. Is it? I mean, there's New Jersey. And then there's the warning, dude. That's like nearly the size of New Jersey, isn't it? Anyways, that's for 60-mile-per-hour winds. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, as well as penny-size hail as well. So we have an hour on that one. This includes eastern Montana for Wolf Point, out there by Circle, Poplar. Let's see, Brockton, Culbertson, Freud, Bainville, Sydney, Fox Lake, Ritchie, Savage, Wibbox, I think it is, Glendive, Fallen, and Terry. Let's see here. Cheryl says, stay safe if you're in the line of fire. I'm heading to bed. All right, good night, Cheryl. Thanks for joining. Good to see ya. What's up, SPC? Welcome. Dylan says big county. Yeah, but, you know, I think this is multiple counties. You see, here's the county line here. So there's parts. It's just a big warning, you know. It's actually bigger than a lot of the counties here. Yeah, these are the little county lines you can see. That thing's huge, dude. I think Nevada, if I'm not mistaken, has like the biggest counties in the U.S. If I'm not mistaken. I mean, that county's huge. All right, let's see. Yeah, we got a handful of special weather statements still going on, though. Ohio Valley and Midwest seems pretty clear right now, at least severe weather-wise. I know. Yeah, Dylan, it's pretty good size warning. That is for sure. All right, let's take a look back down towards Nebraska. See here, Nebraska storm is nice. Yeah, that's what I was looking at here. And we're gonna keep a close eye on this storm here. This is for quarter hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, south of Mullen, Nebraska. This includes, let's see, yeah, the one for Carr Lake, Highway 97 crossing the Dismal River and Shimmons Lake. This includes Highway 97 between mile markers 46 and 65. So it seems mostly rural. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of people out here. Take a peek back at satellite view. Let's see, side lobe. Still something to watch. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to keep an eye on that one cell here. It's got quite an interesting shape to it. It almost looks like it has a little inflow notch trying to develop here. Let me pull up the mesoanalysis again here. Let's look at that cell. That's you know, behind that cell, there's actually quite a bit of helicity. Effective inflow layer between 300 and 400. That's behind it, though. You know, we do have some curvy hodos. Here, look at that. This is in the area of that cell. Definitely do got some nice little curvy hodos here. Quite a bit of a cap, though, but still firing through. A little bit of a drier lower level, too. Huh. Yeah, but there's there's all that really strong helicity behind the storm here. That's quite a cell. Regardless, it does actually have 1.5 inch hail on it, so that's ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. What's up, K-Jack? Welcome. Saying hi, Andrew, and everyone. It's good to see you, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. See, do I see that boundary too? Which boundary? The outflow boundary. So we have. Yeah, dude, this definitely we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what happens with that cell. You know, once again, they did extend that at 2% down into those areas now for tonight. Yeah, so that cell is in that region here. That goes all the way from western Nebraska, cutting through central South Dakota into southeastern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. So. Let's see here. Brenda says, could I please zoom over to north of Madison Hat, Alberta for a sec? There was some pretty interesting velocity going over there half an hour ago. Yeah, I got you. So north of Medicine Hat? Oh, is this up here in Canada? Gotcha. Let's see if we have any radars. We have this radar. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got some pretty strong velocity still here on the radar. You can see that this is about 500 feet up. Velocities are about 50, 60, almost 70 in some spots, but mostly in the 60s. Yeah. Definitely quite a soaker, too. All right, let's take a peek back up north here. KJack says, doing well. Just saw the rocket launch from about an hour ago here from Vandenberg. Is that in California? Yeah, that's the California launch complex, isn't it? Because we got the Florida one. We got one up here, Cape Canaveral. What's up, Oso? Welcome, my friend. Good to see you here. Brenda says, "Yep, yeah, that storm does look pretty gnarly." Let's see, which one is it? This, yeah, it's up here by Medicine Hat. Yeah, velocities on that is still very, very strong. Yeah, once again, it's also right next to that radar there too. That's only like 400 feet up. So pretty likely that, you know, a lot of that wind is reaching ground or near ground. All right, let's take a look back at velocity and on this one cell here. Got to keep a close eye on this guy. This is out here south of Mullen. This is up here in Nebraska overall. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. It is cool. Brenda says, thank you. Kind of concerning. Yeah, of course. No problem. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, you know, y'all feel free to ask me, okay? We're here for you. I care about y'all. I want to make sure y'all are staying weather aware. This one storm up here in eastern Montana with that really big severe thunderstorm warning, it has quite an outflow boundary on it. What's up, Carol? Hope you're doing good. Saying what's up. Oh, not much. Just tracking the weather. Got a little bit of activity popping off tonight. But hopefully you're doing good. Good to see you. But yeah, look at that noodle here, man. Got quite the noodle action going on with this cell. Models do have this thing going into North Dakota overnight. And then we're going to continue to see some more convection work its way up from South Dakota going into North Dakota. So it's like These both Montana and South Dakota are basically handing those storms over to North Dakota to deal with. What good neighbor states, you know? Here, let me bring y'all back over to models here, show you exactly what I'm talking about. So there's that one warning, or that one storm that's currently warned here. A little bit further east, of course, but yeah, this is from the latest model we have. Then, of course, we do have some of that convection. There's that main other warning that's now, like, over here now. So, yeah, as we work way down in time, you can see that that whole complex of storms eventually will go into North Dakota here. And all of this convection will go up into North Dakota as well, which will all then go eastward, which, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, that kind of jump scared me there, man. Look at that, dude. This is 03 UTCH triple R here. Showing just a line of possible supercells. HRRR shows a good 4,000 ML cape. Wow, dude. There's a lot of fuel. A lot of fuel out here. Lower level jet. We're about 20... 15 to 20 knots or so. So lower level shear isn't super strong, thankfully. Mid-level flow is actually pretty decent. You got like, what, 55, 60 knots going east at 20,000 feet, roughly. 500 millibar height. Wow. Mid-level shear is pretty good. You know, that could really go for storm longevity. You know, the stronger wind shear you have in your mid-atmosphere could really help organize those storms and really separate those updrafts and downdrafts from one another. That is quite interesting. Let's see, is that an outflow boundary? Yeah, the one that we're watching here, we're talking about, yeah, this is a gust front outflow boundary, same thing. Yeah, it's got quite the little noodle on it had. Kazi says, let's see, we're worried about tornadoes in mid-North Dakota. Yeah, the risk is pretty low overall, Kazi, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. You know, the odds of you getting a tornado is very low. Yet alone, I mean, even North Dakota, the odds of getting a tornado is not super, super high. You know, it is an overall 2% chance probability tonight for eastern, mostly just eastern, like southeastern sides of North Dakota. A lot of central is actually outside of that risk here, but yeah, the odds are really low of you getting a tornado. So, you know, I wouldn't worry about it. Now, not to mention, you know, not to really mention the probability, you know, if we did get tornadoes, they would likely remain relatively weak, given that kinematics doesn't really support any violent tornado activity or tornadic activity. So if we did have tornadoes, they would probably be pretty weak on the lower scale. Let's see here. Taylor says, does the zip code have anything to worry about tonight? Well, let me look. See what we're in for, my friend. Tennessee. Yep. No, Tennessee's good. Yeah, this area's fine. Tomorrow, thunderstorm. Yeah, next couple of days we have potential for some storms, but yeah, nothing severe. We're looking okay. Yeah, no flooding either. You look pretty good. Yeah, just the next couple of days, Taylor. A couple storms will be possible, but yeah, nothing severe really expected. I mean, looking at the radar now, you can see it's pretty clear. So you're pretty good. Don't really see much going on out there. Nothing big. Nothing other than just some normal summertime thunderstorms, you know. Ooh, we got 60 observed on this station here. 63 mile per hour wind gusts was reported 1 mile east of Pettibone. You can see all these locations here. This includes Medina, Tappan, Kensal, Buchanan, Spiritwood Lake, Cleveland, Tuttle, Pettibone, Dawson, Pingree, Woodworth, Courtenay. Robinson, Eldridge, Windsor, Edmonds, Crystal Springs, Lake Williams, Chase Lake, and Horsehead Lake. That's the areas that's in that severe warning here. So that's everybody who's in that. That's for 60 mile per hour wind gusts in quarter hail. Once again, it's now observed, so that's been actual observed now. Let's talk about this other guy up here in Nebraska. Got another warning here in Nebraska. This one's for 3 more minutes, about to expire. 60 mile per hour wind gusts here, as well as quarter-sized hail. This one includes Carr Lake, Highway 97 crossing the Dismal River, and Shimmons Lake. Includes Highway 97 between mile markers 46 and 65. So quarter hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. It also just weakened below severe limits, so we're good. Still a bit of lightning activity though, so stay away from windows. Don't be outside. But yeah, storms. It's weakened below severe limits. We got another big warning up here. We're still watching up in eastern Montana. This is a pretty big warning here. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. This includes, once again, this is eastern Montana. This includes the cities of Sidney, Glendive, Wolf Point, Poplar, I think it is, Culbertson, Cedar Circle, Terry, Wilbox, Fallen, Fairview, Brockton, Bainville, Freud, Ritchie, Savage, Intake, Lustry, Lambert, Vida, and Carly. How do you say that? Oh, dude. I said probably 3 out of how many of those are right. Oh, sheesh. Yeah, we got an hour on that one, though. Let's see. Enlighten says, Andrew, how does zip code southwest suburbs of Chicago for today, tonight's look, and thank you. Yeah, of course, I got you. Let's see. Let me bring this up for you real quickly. I'm trying to copy your zip code, but this is not really copying very well. Here we go. Alrighty. Alright, so you, my friend, yeah, so you up here by the Chicago area here. So later on today, we look pretty good. Nothing severe. We do have a chance for some boom booms. So a couple thunderstorms possible, but nothing severe, which is good. Day 3 also looks pretty good too. So yeah, next few days we're not seeing anything severe overall. You said for tonight and today, so that's what we're looking at. So yeah, we look pretty good. Nothing really crazy going on. The let's see here. The overall rainfall or the flooding threat here, actually Chicago's still in the let's see here, the 15% level 2 flooding risk here. So we'll look out there for that. Tomorrow we're pretty clear, or later today I should say, and then the day after we look pretty good too. So yeah, not really a whole lot going on. You know, we could still see some storms though, but you know, like I said, nothing big. What's up, Teresa? Good to see you here. What's up, Glinda? Saying maybe you could look at zip code if it's not too much of a hassle. Yeah, of course not. It's not a hassle, you know, especially when making sure that you guys are staying weather aware and prepared. I am more than happy to, my friend. As long as it means you guys are staying safe and up to date, that is what matters. Okay, so you, my friend, today we are looking pretty good. Tomorrow, yeah, really the next, 3 days, we're just going to have the potential for a couple random scattered storms. You know, just normal thunderstorm, normal summertime stuff, nothing severe. You know, no organized severe storms for tornadoes or hail or damaging winds or anything like that, so we're pretty good. However, we do have a little level 1 threat today. For flooding, let's see here, which is pretty low. Yeah, next 2 days. Yeah, honestly, we look pretty good. And I think a lot of that's already ended here too. Which you can see, we have a little bit of showers up here just south of you in western North Dakota. But honestly, yeah, not too bad. It just looks like a bunch of normal summertime storm potential. But other than that, not a whole lot. What's up, Cody? Saying, what is Bismarck, North Dakota looking like for the rest of the night? So a lot of North Dakota, we're going to be seeing a bunch of scattered storms and stuff. But let me bring up Bismarck here, which Bismarck is under the severe thunderstorm watch here for the next 3 hours. If we look at the radar to our south here, you can actually see a little bit of convection that's popped up here. So models, they do suggest that we could definitely still see a bunch of scattered storms. So, this is kind of a hit or miss type of event for you, where you could see storms or you could not. There is kind of a isolated chance for severe thunderstorms, if that makes sense. Not everybody in the risk area will see storms and severe weather. Let me bring up the models here and I'll show you real quickly. Honestly, the latest HRRR really doesn't show a whole lot out there by you. Bismarck, you're kind of, Bismarck area is kind of right in here roughly, in which, you can see a lot of the convection kind of remains out of the region here. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a hit or miss. I mean, models, they're not perfect. They'll never be precise. But there could be some storms. There could be some scattered storms, a few of which could be severe. But like I mentioned, it's just kind of a hit or miss type of event for you. So just don't be surprised if you see storms tonight. Teresa says, hello, Andrew. Finally got a chance to sit down and watch your video. Well, I'm glad that you're here, my friend. It's good to have you. It is good to have you here, my friend. Oh, yeah. So they did extend that watch into northwestern Minnesota. So Cody says, appreciate it. Sounds like I can go to bed. Yeah, I mean, you can go to bed. Just if you have a way to receive warnings, like a weather radio or something, I'd recommend that you turn it on. That way, just in case if something happens, you get alerted. But yeah, you should be fine. You should be good. Alrighty, so let's take a peek back over here in Nebraska. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning here. This is actually on the other cell. This was the previous warned cell. We have a severe warning out there by Thedford for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Let's see. This includes Thedford, Sensia, and Norway. Includes the following highways: Highway 2 between mile markers 195 and 216, and Highway 83 between mile markers 147 and 165. We got a new warning up here in North Dakota. They extended that. Ooh, it's back up to 70, dude. Oh, sheesh. Okay. This warning's now back up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. This includes Carrington, let's see, Fessenden, Kensal, Glenfield, Buchanan, Spiritwood, Lake, let's see, Herdsfield, Bordeaux, Pettibone, Gray City, Pingree, McHenry, Woodworth, Courtenay, Cathy, Robinson, Bowden, Skyston, Heimadal, and Bremen. Wow, some of those are pretty tricky. But yeah, they upgraded it now to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter hail. So both a bit of a hail and damaging wind threat. So if you're in those areas I just listed, make sure that just make sure that you guys are in your safe spots. I'd just be well away from windows at that point. With the quarter hail threat and the 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, certainly is a bit of an issue here. Let's see. Phil says Wakita. Are you talking about the the one from Twister? The Wakita? That's an actual place, isn't it? In Oklahoma? Here, let me pull it up. Wakita, Oklahoma. It sure is. Yeah, thankfully Oklahoma's looking pretty good tonight, though. We don't have anything crazy going on. Yeah, you guys are outside of the thunderstorm risk even. But hopefully you're doing good, Phil. Good to see you, man. let me pull up velocity on that here. They put it back up to 70. Ooh. Got a little bit of pretty high end velocities up here, but this is also like 6,000 feet here. So this is a little high up there, but quite interesting. I mean, we did observe 60. Oh, this is 70 observed. Oh, wow. 70 mile per hour wind gust was reported 1 mile east of Pettibone. So that's why it went to 70, is because it was actually observed. Yeah, no problem, Phil. Got you, man. So they didn't warn that off of radar indications. They warned that one because of observations of 70 mile an hour winds that was observed. They had a previous wind report of 63 earlier that we looked at. I think it was 63, and now apparently that over 70s overtook it. All right, so the one up here in eastern Montana got 60 on this one. This one still expires in an hour, so we still got a while on this storm here. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. So penny hail isn't anything big and concerning, but 60 mile an hour winds could definitely cause, some power outages and stuff like that. Oh, look at that! They just went observed too. Let's see. I don't think the text is updated yet on that. Just says radar indicated. We're gonna, let's see. It says wind threat observed. Hold on a minute. Doesn't say, does it? Huh. Well, anyways, that's now observed. That 60 mile an hour wind threat has now been observed in eastern Montana. Take a peek back down in Nebraska. 60 mile an hour winds and quarter hail. We got a radar right up on the storm here, so getting some pretty good data here. Yeah, that one's for both quarter hail and 60 mile an hour wind gusts. This includes, let's see here, Thetford, Sensia, or Sinka, I think it is, and Norway. This includes the following highways: Highway 2 between mile markers 195 and 216, and Highway 83 between mile markers 147 and 165. These are radar indicated threats. Got quite the blob. Yeah, we got quite a few cells popping off out here in Nebraska. The one that's behind it, this was the one that was actually severe warned a little bit ago. No, it's kind of weakened a little bit, it looks like, thankfully. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, man. Saying hi, Andrew, and everyone. What's up, dude? Good to see ya. Yeah, it looks like all of the Ohio Valley seems to be cleared still. Definitely calmed down a lot in Ohio. Just got a bunch of rain showers now, thunder showers. Let's see, Indiana, we got a few storms still. Illinois, kind of the same thing. Few showers, few storms. Yeah, really the only areas we need to keep an eye out there for tonight is going to be up here in the northern central plains. So like Nebraska, North, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Montana. These are the main areas that we need to keep an eye out there for tonight. Because once again, if you guys are just tuning in, this is our outlook here for today. We do have a pretty big slight risk here over tonight. They did actually upgrade the threat. We now have the 2% tornado risk now extending all the way down into western Nebraska and a few counties up in northeast Colorado. 2% goes through North South Dakota and into northwestern Minnesota. Damaging wind threat. We do have that big 15% risk here. Which, we actually are going to see the potential of maybe 70 to 80 mile an hour wind gusts out here. So we're going to have to look out there for that. And then, of course, lastly, hail threat. We do actually have a hatch risk here for hail, which we could see, potential hail 2 inches in diameter and greater. do have a pretty good chance at seeing some large hail. But so far tonight, it really seems like we've seen a lot of just a lot of damaging wind gusts and stuff. Like I mentioned, the new warning that we have here, they have 70 mile an hour winds observed here. Let's see here. Is that a new warning? Yeah, it's a new warning. They actually, there we go. So that includes now New Rockford here. Let's talk about that new warning here. Okay, so this includes New Rockford. Once again, this is up in North Dakota, y'all. This includes New Rockford, Cooperstown, Maddock, McVille, Fort Totten, Anita, and Cheyenne. They also put a tornado possible tag on that cell, too. It says remain alert for possible tornado. So let's take a little velocity here. There isn't a really good lower level scan, unfortunately. I mean, we're kind of looking like 7,000 feet up. So we'll just have to keep an eye on those reports and stuff. But just remember, the tornado possible tag does not say that there is an immediate danger of a tornado. It just means that, tornadoes can quickly develop from severe thunderstorms, at which, we'll need to look out for that. Let's see. We got a new warning up here. South of Bismarck, this little line of storms actually went severe warning here. This is for quarter hail. 60 mile per hour wind gust expires in an hour. This warning includes Flasher, Solon, Cannonball, Raleigh, St. Gertrude, Fort Rice, let's see here, Brienne. I have no idea how you say that one. Hazelton Recreation Area, Stumphoof. How do you say that? Stump with an F. State Natural Area, Huff, and Standing Rock, dude. Some of these areas, man, I don't know. That some of them are a little tricky. But yeah, this one is quarter hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. So it's a new warning. That's in South North Dakota. All right, let's take a peek back down here towards Nebraska. So we got that warning, 60 mile an hour wind gusts in quarter hail. Let me look at the meso analysis. We're going to bring y'all back over here. First, we'll take a look at that cell up in North Dakota. Yeah, you can see that veering column in the lower atmosphere here. We do got some veering wind shear. We do got a little bit of curvy photographs here. Could support some supercell development. Plenty enough instability by far. Yeah, I mean, everything's in pretty good parameter. Helicity's not super high, but and it's enough to support some tornadic activity. Up here in Nebraska, near those other cells, let's see, photograph's not as, it's a little funky. Yeah, I think the greatest chance for tornadoes is going to be for North Dakota here. You can see this kind of low we have over here. And on the northeastern side of that low, we have this little cluster. You can see definitely a little bit better curvature on our photographs here. We got a new warning. Let's take a look at that. Eastern North Dakota got a new warning out here for, oh wow, 60 mile per hour winds observed and 1.5 inch hail threat here is a radar indicated hail threat. So could see some ping pong ball hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts out of that storm here. So this includes Valley City, Coopertown, Tower City, Page, Sanborn, Buffalo, and Hannaford. Ping pong ball hail at 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. Yeah, things are starting to pick up a little bit up here, it looks. See, we got some cells up in western South Dakota. These guys are not severe, just normal storms. Eastern Montana, we're still tracking. Ooh, this thing looks like it's kind of dying. Yeah, look at that. That does not look as nice as it once did. Still got warned for 60 mile per hour winds and penny hail on that one. Let's see here. Lenore says, what state is the weather in? So the one we're watching now, the main areas we're paying attention to is North and South Dakota, a little bit of Minnesota and Montana, which is up north. It's a northern plains threat. We also do have a little bit of severe weather going on up in like Nebraska too, here in the Central Plains. So just kind of this general region here is where we're watching. Yeah, like I said, a lot of the Ohio Valley in the Midwest is cleaned up quite a bit. We still do have an ongoing flooding concern for a lot of these areas. These light green areas are flood warnings. So we do got to look out there for that. We still do have our flood watches here in central Illinois. Lenore says, thank you. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, guys, if y'all have any questions, seriously, feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to look at, your area, too, if you want me to. If you want to do zip code forecast, I'll be more than happy to look and see what's going on out there for you. Like I said, the goal here is just keeping you guys weather aware and weather prepared and just making sure that you guys are staying safe. That is what matters the most to us. And once again, if you guys could, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, leaving a like. It'll be greatly appreciated. That way you guys can continue to stay up to date, and that way I can continue helping you guys. All right, so once again, we do have a severe warning up here in northeastern, or kind of eastern North Dakota. This is for 70 mile per hour wind gusts here, as well as we are talking the potential out there for quarter hail too. This includes New Rockford, Cooperstown, Maddock, McVille, Fort Totten, Anita, and Cheyenne. So once again, 70 mile an hour winds here in terms of gusts and quarter size hail. SPC wants me to look at temperatures next few days. Yeah, I got you, man. Let me pull this up real quickly. So you're up in, let's see, New York. Okay, you're up by Buffalo area. Gotcha. Well, let's look real quickly. Let's see what we got going on here for you. Let's hop over here to this. Oh, I don't want to do contours. There we go. So let's see. We're going to pull up GFS here. So remember, this is just actual temps. This does not feel like temps, but it looks like the next couple of days are going to be kind of in the mid 80s. Nighttime's kind of in maybe the lower 70s, upper 60s. So what the GFS kind of suggests. It just seems like it's going to be kind of like that for a little bit here. I don't think they have even anything, big time heat related though. Let me look though. I'll make sure. Yeah. So you can see where all of these heat advisories and all these extreme heat warnings are at. It covers a lot of the country. There's a lot of places that's getting quite a bit of heat right now. But no, your area, yeah, we're going to be seeing probably mid 80s, during the daytime, and during the nighttime, maybe lower 70s, upper 60s. So your weather is a little bit nicer than a lot of ours out here. Let's see here. Lenore says we had a robust storm, heavy rain all day. Let's see here in western Pennsylvania. More on the way. Lenore, we do have a... Here, let's look at our risk here. We do have another risk here for later today regarding the potential for maybe a few more storms here. This is for a lot of the central and lower part of the state here. This does include barely like towards Pittsburgh. Philadelphia is included here too. Good news is that we're not expecting any tornadic activity here. Just kind of potential for some gusty winds here. No, not even hail. We're not expecting any damaging hail or anything like that. So there could be a couple storms out here. Models were kind of showing a bunch of just a bunch of scattered storms. Which let me bring y'all over here real quickly. Just kind of a bunch of multi-cellular storms rolling through later on today. A few of which could be severe. Not really anything super crazy. No big outbreaks or anything like that. But, couldn't rule out a, damaging wind gusts or two in the region. So, but other than that, it doesn't seem like anything super crazy. Josh just says, hello, thank you for your live coverage for Pennsylvania. Yeah, no problem. I got you, my friend. All right, let's take a look here back at the warnings. We got a warning up here in central Nebraska. This includes Thedford area. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts here and penny-sized hail. This includes, let's see here, Thedford, highways 2 between mile markers 204 and 216, highway 83 between mile markers 147 and 165. So that expires in 23 minutes here. 60 mile an hour winds and penny hail. Then we work our way up here to eastern Montana. We do got ourselves another warning here in effect. It does seem to be kind of fading out a little bit, though, thankfully. You know, it's certainly not as potent as it once was, that's for sure. But still got that warning in place here for 60 mile per hour wind gusts, which has been observed in this storm here, and penny-sized hail. And the locations impacted in this warning here include Sidney, eastern Montana, by the way, Glendive, let's see, Wolf Point, Poplar, Culbertson, Circle, Terry, Wabox, Fallen, Fairview, Brockton, Bainville, Freud, Ritchie, Savage, West Glendive, Brockway, Intake, Bloomfield, and Lustry. So 60 mile per hour winds, and once again, this includes also penny hail, but that's not really considered severe. It's not. And then, of course, we work our way over here into North Dakota. We've got quite a handful of storms here. Severe warning for 70 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail here in North Dakota for Carrington, Fessenden, Kensal, Glenfield, Buchanan, Spiritwood Lake, Herdsfield, Borderlac, Grace City, Pingree, McHenry, Courtenay, let's see, Kathy, Bowden, Skyston, Hydemal, Bremen, Manfred, let's see here, Chaseley, and Melville. Some of these are a little interesting to say. Let's see. We had a strong storm that went through earlier at 11:30. It was a big line of storms, crazy lots of lightning, some hail earlier yesterday. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you're okay. You know, these storms here have a lot of lightning activity. You can see all these little lightning bolt icons. There's been quite a bit of electric activity in these storms here. Let's see. SPC saying heading off for the night. Stay safe and good night, NWW. Thank you. You too, my friend. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. But yeah. So that's for the one storm here. They do have an extension here. This one is for also 70 mile per hour wind gusts, a quarter hail. For New Rockford, Cooperstown, let's see, Maddock, McVille, Fort Totten, Anita, and Cheyenne. And then lastly, another warning up here to the east. There's quite a few of them, actually. This one's also observed 60 mile per hour wind gusts, and also this one's for ping pong ball hail, 1.5 inches in diameter here. Which includes Valley City, Cooperstown, Tower City, Page, Sanborn, Buffalo, and Hannaford. And I don't know if we went over this one here or not. I think we might have. See here, 35 minutes, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter hail for North Dakota, which includes Flasher, Solon, Cannonball, Raleigh, St. Gertrude, Fort Rice, Brienne. Yeah, I have no idea how you say that one. Hazleton Recreation Area, Stumpf, State National Area, Huff, and Standing Rock. There we go. So we got 34 minutes on that guy. Some of these are a little tricky, man, I tell you. They're just a little bit tricky. Let's take a look at SAT here. Yeah, quite a bit of pretty decent convection up here in Illinois. It's actually not far from St. Louis. Not severe warned or anything, but we do have a flash flood warning out here, just north of St. Louis. Yeah, I mean, on infrared, that looks pretty deep here. Oh, yeah, look at that thing. Here, let me bring back up the radar here. Looks like it's very lightning intensive here too. Yeah, velocities do appear to be pretty low, which is good. You know, that's those areas are not really of main concern. I think, like I said, the main areas we need to look out here for is going to be up in the Dakotas, Minnesota. You know, areas up by Montana, Nebraska here too. We got a few cells, few storms rolling through. Josh says lots of convection. Yeah, pretty good amount. Absolutely. I mean, it's 2 in the morning here, and still we're kind of kicking. Yeah, I'm surprised at how deep that convection is over by Illinois right now, though. You know, that's pretty deep convection. Let me bring you guys over back to models here real quickly. I want to go ahead and show you all this here. So this is what the 0 UTCH here. Looking at the wind gusts, and you could see later tonight overall, we definitely could pick up some storms with some pretty gusty winds in them. So, you know, definitely could get quite gusty on some of these guys. So we're definitely, this is kind of what we're tracking here. Is it, you know, this is mostly going to be like that wind threat. You know, once again, a couple of tornadoes can't be ruled out. And then, of course, as we go into Monday, we're going to have to watch out for that Dorito threat. Monday, Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. Enlightened says, will that storm down in central Illinois head up towards Chicago? No. This one's actually moving. Here, let me show you. Let me take a look at the radar. So these guys, they are moving eastward. So if it wanted to go up towards Chicago, it would have to go northeast and yet alone still survive as it approaches there. You can see these storms are actually going relatively eastbound. So you're good. Yeah. Out here by Chicago, we do have a little bit of some shower and, you know, thunder shower activity popping through. But yeah, nothing big really. Yeah, Chicago area seems to be pretty okay. You know, we could still see some storms throughout today, but yeah, nothing severe is expected. Now, northwest of Chicago, though, this is later today's risk, in which we do have a pretty good slight risk here as well for Minnesota and Wisconsin. I mean, even a little sliver of the upper state of Michigan too, out there by Houghton area, could see quite a decent amount of severe weather potential. You know, still pretty big 2% tornado risk later today. Let's see a 15% wind risk here, 5% in the brown. Then we do have a 5% hail threat later today. So that's today's outlook later on. This is current outlook right here. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. We have not seen any tornado warnings. Knock on wood. Dude, I probably just jinxed it, you know? Enlightened says, thanks, Andrew. Yeah, no problem. I thought the storms would have died out. Yeah, I mean, the conditions that we're in here, there's a lot of instability. There's a lot of, you know, unstable air. And, you know, some of the pre-existing storms can still kind of punch through. There is a bit of a cap for a lot of other areas, which is why we're probably not seeing a whole lot of activity here. But sometimes in the environment, you can have a storm that's going on throughout the afternoon. And, you know, as the cap builds up, there's still such strong vertical velocity within these storms that it still continues to storm even once the cap builds in. Sometimes that can happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if something like that's happening tonight. There is... regardless, like I mentioned, you know, still tons of fuel out there, you know, tons of instability. Do I think they'll add a slight risk for Pennsylvania? I don't think so. No. All right, so let's take a look back over here at the warning in eastern Montana. By the way, guys, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like. It'll be greatly appreciated. So this warning in eastern Montana here is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail. Let's see, this includes Sydney, Glendive, Wolf Point, Poplar, Let's see, Culbertson, Circle, Terry, Wilbox, Fallen, Fairview, Brockton, Bainville, Freud, Ritchie, Savage, West Glendive, Brockway, Intake, Bloomfield, and Luster. So that we have, let's see, about 28 minutes left on that guy. So that is also for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Penny Hail. Ooh, we got a new weather statement. State in Pennsylvania is random for storms. Yeah. So the thing about Pennsylvania is that later today we're going to have just a bunch of multi-cellular storms roll through. You know, we're going to have the potential for storms, but storm mode would be multi-cellular, and it just seems like a little wind risk out there in Pennsylvania. Doesn't seem like a whole lot. Anyways, we have 13 minutes on the severe warning up here in Nebraska. Probably going to cancel soon because actually the storm is mostly moving out of the warned area. We do have a new weather statement that's kind of taking place here. Still showing possibility of 50-mile-an-hour winds within the storm, so they'll probably allow for this warning to expire here pretty soon. Working our way up here back to North Dakota. That's kind of where a lot of our bulk activity is right now. First of all, we got a warning south of Bismarck here in southern North Dakota. Here for actually $half size hail, or 1.25 inches in diameter, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. Got 27 minutes on it. Areas impacted include, once again, this is North Dakota on the southern side, include Flasher, Solon, Cannonball, Raleigh, Fort Rice, Brian, I have no idea how you say that one, Hazleton, recreational area, Stumpf State National Area, and Huff. So, yeah, 60-mile-an-hour winds and $half hail on that one. Could try to supercell of wind shear is good. I don't think so, Josh. We're not expecting any tornadic activity out that way. I don't think we'll have anything like that. Anyways, so then we will hop our way back over here to eastern North Dakota. These are where things get a little bit more severe. These guys are warned for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. You can kind of see the storms here. This includes, so the storm is heading in towards Binford, McHenry, Cheyenne here, Warwick, eventually towards St. Michael. Storm's currently over Grace City, New Rockford. Let's see here, Glenfield, Kinsale, Courtenay, Edmonds, Pingree, Bordeaux, Carrington, Skyson, and Cathy. So, once again, this is for 70. It's actually been observed, too, apparently. My chat is calming because it's 2 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I completely understand, you know. I'm a little bit tired myself, I ain't gonna lie. I've been up for quite a while. We're almost at the 2-hour mark two-hour mark of coverage so far, so don't know how much longer we're gonna go. I just really wanted to cover a little bit of tonight, just to make sure. Yeah, but we're definitely gonna need some coverage overall. Coming up on Monday, Tuesday, so which today, what's today? Yeah, today's Sunday, so Monday, Tuesday, we're going to definitely need some coverage. Josh just says, and you're an awesome person and good person for the weather. Oh, thank you, Josh. I appreciate that, man. Drink a Red Bull or a Coke. I would if I had them. I would if I had some. Could definitely use it. That is for sure. Let's see here. We're going to hop down. I want to look at the water vapor scan here. Let's see. Mid-level. Yeah, we got a little bit of dry air up here towards the Midwest. Let's do lower level. Yeah, a little bit of dry air out there. I'll tell you what, though. Like I said, I'm really kind of surprised. We have some pretty deep convection, though, on this storm out here by Illinois. It's not severe or anything, but it is. We do have flash flood warnings in place here. See, does it say how much? Up to 3 inches of rain have fallen. Let's see here. KCO, I don't know how you say your name. Saying hi from North Dakota. What's up, my friend? I don't know how you say your name, but KCO, I'm going to call you that if that's okay. Let's see here. Is there any water valve for Pennsylvania? Huh? Water valve? Huh? Enlighten says, yes, agree, Andrew is 100%. Thank you, Enlighten. I appreciate that, my friend. That's really sweet of you. What's up, Overbuilt? Welcome, man. Saying, figured I'd pop in and say hi and see what the old weather is doing. Yeah, got a little bit of activity tonight. Nature is keeping us up late, unfortunately. Ham radio call. Oh, I got you. Well, KCO. Good to have you here, man. But yeah, no, we are just up late with nature because nature's not one to go to bed. Unfortunately, we're gonna. I do see a lot of future night coverage in the future, though. Unfortunately, because you know, I love covering the weather, but I don't like it when it's at night because first of all, it interrupts sleep schedules, but also it's just dangerous, you know. That's why I always try to cover the nighttime when I can, because you know, having somebody always looking over everything at night is very, very, you know, very important, and you know, making sure that you guys kind of know what's going on, you know, overnight and stuff. Values? What you mean, like accumulation numbers over Pennsylvania? What you mean, like current, like ones that's already fallen, or ones that's gonna fall? I mean, here's radar storm precip total. We've had some areas with a couple of inches out there. State College might have picked up a couple of inches earlier today. Just depends. Never chase at night anymore. Too risky. Yeah, it's very risky. Would not recommend it. Josh just says water. I know. Are you talking precipitable water? Are you talking rainfall accumulations? I am very confused. All right, let's hop back down to Nebraska. Yeah, that warning's definitely getting ready to get expired here. Oh yeah, there you go. Storm which prompted a warning has moved out of the area. Therefore, the warning will be allowed to expire. Okay, so we're not going to talk about that one no more. We do got a special weather statement on it, though, for 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts out there by Brewster, central Nebraska. So, hopping back up to North Dakota, we got a severe thunderstorm warning here in effect for, oh, look at that, 70-mile-per-hour. They actually upgraded that. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.5-inch hail, dude. That's wind-driven potential of ping-pong ball-size hail. Like, holy cow, dude. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.5-inch hail out there. Let's see. This includes Tower City, Valley City, Rogers. Let's see here. Yep. So, Valley City. Yeah, Valley City is kind of behind that there. Storm's over Daisy right now, out there by Tower City, heading in towards Sibley, Pillsbury, Louverine, Colgate, and Erie. They just updated SPC. Oh, did they? Let me look. They sure did. See here. I think that's for later today, though. Yeah, the valid one's still this guy. Watching some storms build around Towner, North Dakota. Let's see. Let me actually pull it up there. North Dakota. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So you're probably looking north on these guys. Got a few little pop-ups. All right, good night, Overbuilt. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, to be honest, you guys, we're probably going to call it soon. I'm going to head off here at the 2-hour mark. I'm getting a little tired. It's almost 2 a.m. too, so we'll pick up on this tomorrow, though. We'll keep you guys updated. I just wanted to be here live tonight with you guys for a while, you know, because nature be crazy, unfortunately, at nighttime hours. So we're going to call it a 2-hour coverage here, which is in about 5 minutes or so. I'd love to go longer, but I'm a little bit sleepy. I've been up for a long time. I need to get some sleep, especially if I'm going to do some more coverage tomorrow. I'll be sure to help you guys out with that. Making sure because Discord bots. Oh, gotcha. Am I going live tomorrow? Yeah, we'll go live tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. I'll figure all that out tomorrow, though. I'm not gonna make any promises yet. You know. I hate doing that. You know, I hate saying I'm going to go live at one time and then it's like something pops up and I can't. So I'm just going to figure that out tomorrow. But we will go live at some point, though. Absolutely. But if you guys have any questions, if y'all want me to look at anything, feel free to let me know. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It'd be greatly appreciated. And like I said, if y'all could, please leave a like as well, just to help support the channel. And that way you guys can continue to to stay weather updated and stuff like that. So Overbuilt. Love it. Gotta love it, don't you? See here. Got coffee going. I'll probably be up all night. Gotcha. Well, you stay safe out there, man. All right. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and go through these warnings one more time. The one out here by Nebraska, this one has expired here. What are those monitors behind me? So that's actually my Mesonet station computer. I have a Mesonet outside my house that I use track the weather. That's constantly running. That logs secondly data, weather data. Let me show y'all something real quickly. I need to find a picture of it. I'll show you my weather station, my Mesonet. It ain't no typical weather station, I tell you that. See if I can find a good photo of it here. But yeah, no, that monitor behind me, those two monitors behind me, those are constantly running. It's an older Windows 7 computer that I use just to log data and all that fun stuff. Here you go. This is my Mesonet. You can see. So this is directly outside. There's my junction box. Then you got a solar panel. You got your aspirated radiation shields for dew point sensor and temperature sensor. Then you got lightning protection on the middle thing, and then you got my RM Young anemometer up there. So that PC back there just constantly runs and basically logs secondly data. It's an older computer. So it has a CD drive, and I have a bunch of blank CDs, so it writes to those CDs. At midnight every night, it drops all the data from the day onto the CD and restarts, and it collects throughout the day, then restarts, throws everything on the CD. So I'm going to have physical copies of weather, essentially. So that's what that station's for. Let's see here. Connor says, I live in Thompsonville, North Dakota. I'm right in the path, aren't I? Well, let me look. Let me see, Connor, and see if you're under anything. How much lightning do I see in Florida? Enough. Quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, so Thompson, this area is actually in the path of these storms here. You can see as we work our way down in time, or if you look at the previous scans, you can see those storms are working their way towards you. So, Connor, I would keep an eye out there for them, as eventually that could be warned in your area. So just keep an eye out there for them. These storms right now just mostly contain gusty winds. There could be a little bit of hail on them too. So, but yeah, I would definitely keep an eye out there for them over the next little bit. We got one warning up here in eastern Montana. 13 minutes to go. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny hail. This is out here including Sydney, Glendive, Wolf Point, Poplar, Culbertson. Let's see here. Circle, Terry overall. So that is for the eastern warning here. We got a warning up here in southern North Dakota. This includes for the possibility of $50 hail, a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. 13 minutes to go for Solon, Cannonball, Fort Rice, Brienne. Yeah, I think it is Hazelton recreation area, Stumpf State National Area, and Huff. Okay, so then we work over here to eastern North Dakota. We got a severe warning for actually ping pong ball size hail, as well as 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts for 27 minutes. This one includes the areas of Valley City, Cooperstown, Tower City, Page, Sanborn, Buffalo, and Hannaford. To the west here, we do have ourselves, let's see here, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter hail. Tornado possible tag here, 27 minutes. This includes, let's see here, New Rockford, Cooperstown, McVille, Fort Totten, Anita, Cheyenne, and Binford overall. And then lastly, we have this guy here, which is about to expire in 12 minutes. 70-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter hail for Carrington, Kinsall, Gunfield, Borderlac, Gray City, McHenry. I'm just going to let you guys read this one. I don't know how you say that. And Barlow. Let's see here. Just lagged on here. Oop. Yeah, well, we're getting our head off anyways. I don't know what's going on with it. Can't believe you're still up. Yeah, we've been up here for a while, but we're gonna head off here now, guys. But once again, if you're new to the channel, consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Once again, we'll pick up on this tomorrow. We'll make sure to keep you guys weather aware and prepared. But you know, like I mentioned, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to throw down a comment before. If you guys want me to look at the zip code forecast or anything like that, let me know. I just want to go ahead and say thank you to all the donators today. Greatly appreciate y'all. But I just want to say thank you for everybody. Did I read my comment about Florida and sore thumb? I have not. See, coffee. Yeah, it reminds me of that one meme with that dude that's screaming, "Anybody want coffee?" If y'all haven't seen that, it's so funny. Dude has a fresh pot of coffee, and he's like holding it up in the air in a store, and he's screaming, "Anybody want coffee? I got coffee." Enlighten says, thank you, Andrew, for tonight's storm info. It's greatly appreciated. Have a great rest of your night/day. Stay safe, everyone, and weather aware. Good night. Good night, Enlighten. Thank you for joining, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you also for being a tropical stormer tonight. I really appreciate it. Josh says, thanks, Andrew, for staying up. No problem, my friend. Yeah, but if you guys have any last questions or anything like that, hey, throw it down in the chat real quickly. I'll be more than happy to help. You know, if you guys do... you know, like I mentioned, if you guys do want me to take a look at any area, let me know. What's up, Dylan? Saying hi, Andrew. Also, a reminder for people that risk area that nocturnal tornadoes are extremely dangerous. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to cover tonight, was just in case if we had any activity, like tornadic activity and stuff. Obviously, we had a lot of damaging winds and stuff like that roll through. The entire stream, we have not had a tornado warning. Knock on wood, we don't have anything like that tonight. It's just tonight's been mostly damaging wind related. We also had a little bit of hail too, but so far the main threat was has been damaging winds and stuff. So that's that. But all right, everybody, going once, going twice. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Once again, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. So tomorrow on the table, when I get up, I'm probably going to make a quick little video, just kind of going over everything we need to talk about. Then tomorrow night, depends. I might do coverage we're gonna need to do coverage Monday and a Tuesday. I know that, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later tomorrow. We're not gonna make any big decisions right now, but tomorrow I'm gonna shoot for a video at least, and then maybe regardless, we'll do a stream tomorrow too. I don't know if it'll be coverage or just a general update live. So like I said, we'll just figure that out tomorrow. Not sure what time or anything like that either. Teresa says, good night, Andrew. Stay safe. You too, my friend. Thanks for joining. Alrighty, everybody. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the night. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all of you guys for joining. So stream's going to head off here in approximately a minute. So go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with here in the chat. And alrighty. Josh says, I got a question. Is there a hurricane out in the Atlantic Ocean? No, there's not currently any hurricane in the Atlantic. Anyways. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow or later today. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. See you then.